This one, I kind of chuckled at this. NFL rumors, tweet this out. Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin reportedly would like to trade for 49ers wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk, according to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. He'd probably like to trade for Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase as well. But I think there's probably 31 teams that want to trade for Brandon Aiyuk.
It's that time of the year, right? I got nothing to write about, so let me just say something that sounds like I got something. Yeah, I'm sure the Steelers would love to get Brandon Aiyuk, but do they have the ammunition to go get him? Are they willing to make the sacrifices that it takes to go get Brandon Aiyuk? And do they want to spend the money on Brandon Aiyuk that Brandon Aiyuk would demand? Those are the bigger questions there. You're always going to hear, especially during this time of the year before the draft. And look, it's going to happen again in June and July. You're always going to hear these kind of crazy rumors about a team wanting to go after somebody. I'm pretty sure you're going to hear that somebody wants to trade for Stephon Diggs again after he already got traded for, right? Like, you're just going to hear all this stuff. But realistically, you have to kind of ask the serious questions of okay, does that actually work? Why would they do that? Why would it make sense for San Francisco or Pittsburgh to do that? And does Pittsburgh have the ammunition and money to make that happen? And I think that's where it starts to get far-fetched. But yeah, I'm sure Mike Tomlin would love to be add another wide receiver,
Would you give up first-round picks? They certainly are going to want one. Would you give up one plus something to get Brandon Aiyuk? I don't know.
They're a team that has a history of doing well at developing wide receivers. So I don't get why, if they have that track record, if they think they have that infrastructure in place offensively to be able to develop wide receivers, why they would feel it necessary to trade that much for somebody who could be a good wide receiver. They've literally just traded away a good one in Deontay Johnson. They have George Pickens. I just don't see why they would do it. And also, we got to be honest about where the Steelers are right now. They're just not a win-now team, and they've never been a team, even when they are in win-now mode, to make these big moves. So it wouldn't be head-scratching to me to think that they would make that kind of a play. It's just out of character for Pittsburgh for them to do.
Yeah, and they have a pick in the late first round, and this draft is loaded with playmakers at wide. I would expect them more to go get a wide receiver in the draft, and instead of drafting an offensive lineman, go sign a veteran lineman in free agency.
Yeah, they have a lot of different avenues to get there, and I think what Omar Khan is ultimately going to weigh in this decision is that, does Brandon Aiyuk really make us that much of a better football team? And Brandon Aiyuk is a great player, but I don't think they have the quarterback play on that team necessary to be able to take advantage of his skill set at wide receiver. So I don't know if that will be something that benefits them, because Brandon Aiyuk is as good as he is. He does need solid quarterback play to get the ball, because he's a downfield kind of route runner guy. He's not a Deebo Samuels just tossing the ball and he can just make something happen type of wide receiver. He needs that solid quarterback play in order for him to be at his best. And I'm not 100% sure that that's guaranteed that you're going to get that from Pittsburgh this year.